That's right. You're in the right place at the right time. You are here on the Moral Compass. Today, we are joined by my brother, Jonathan Brown. We're so glad to have Jonathan Brown with us today. And that's not Jonathan Brown in the background now. That's Risker. That's why we're here. We're here for Risker. This is a picture of Jonathan Brown. Yeah, the handsome young man right there that's here with us. Jonathan, we're so glad to have you on the show today with us, young man.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm glad to be here.
Well, awesome, awesome, awesome. And we're going to be talking about Risker today, guys. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and play the promo. And after the promo, we'll come back and we'll do the show. Once again, we're back here on the Moral Compass. We're here with the very illustrious Jonathan Brown. He is the spokesman for Risker. Risker ran into some bad luck here. Risker's a 4-month-old puppy. Risker was hit by he was hit by a driver. The driver didn't stop, and Risker has to have some very expensive emergency surgery so that he can get back to 100%. Risker's a very happy dog, 4 months old, and we have Jonathan on the show with us today. Jonathan's going to tell us a little bit about Risker, a little bit about what's going on, and a little bit about how you can get involved. So, listen, if you have a dog memory, or if you have a dog that you love, just imagine that Risker is your dog, and that you're going through this, and so you need someone to help you. I'm saying and a lot. I bet I must be cutting it up, Jonathan. Yeah, I'd say it a whole lot, but yeah. So we have Jonathan on the line. Jonathan, tell us a little bit about what's going on with Risker, and give us a little background about what has happened.
Yeah, absolutely. So we first adopted the dog, Risker, earlier this year. I'll say around roughly March or April, when he was roughly 2 months old. He was definitely a blessing to us and our family. As I told Mr. Johnson earlier, that the dog was pretty much for my brother who has autism, and we was trying to give him. We're trying to create a safe space for him because, like I said, growing up with autism is a very challenging thing. Sometimes children with autism, they have difficulty establishing relationships and making friends. And that was the sole purpose of getting the dog for my brother, was to help him, grow out of his anxiety and improve his self-esteem. So, and also with me, I was lucky enough to grow up with a dog when I was younger. And unfortunately now that Justin is getting into his teenage years, he didn't have that experience of, having a friendly companion in Risker until earlier this year. So we were, like I said, we were lucky enough and blessed enough to have him be a part of our family. And we had him for roughly 2-3 months now. And unfortunately, on Sunday, he got into a fatal accident with a driver, just, unfortunately sped down the road and just hit him unconsciously. didn't even stop to help or try to assess the situation or ask us if he was okay. And he just, sped down the road and minded his own business. So that's the reason why we're here today. We're trying to, help Risk out as much as we can, get him the service that he needs, and just bring him back home in healthy and happy spirits, and just keep my brother in happy spirits as well.
Absolutely. And Justin and Risker are very good friends. I know this has been quite traumatic for Justin.
Yes, sir.
I can only
Yes, sir.
imagine. Who hits somebody's dog and doesn't stop? Who does that?
Right. And and also I will say that it is a very rare occasion, because in Cross, if anybody listening has ever been to Cross, it's not really a big town, especially with the area in which we live. There's not a lot of car traffic. So our dog has the luxury of being around in our yard, because we do have a lot of, a fair amount of land out here. So he's able to graze around and, explore our house and get to know his home very, at any time that he wants to, without any, major causes of risk or anything like that. So it's a very rare occasion that you actually would, see cars driving around in our neighborhood or around our house. So this is a very rare occasion where somebody actually, I guess they were in a rush or in a hurry, and they just came around the corner, didn't even pay attention to what was in the road or what could possibly be in front of them, and just, bumped into Risker and didn't even, like I said earlier, didn't even think to let it off a helping hand, didn't stop, didn't come to ask if he was okay or how could he help, bring Risker back to good health. So, like I said, it's a very unfortunate situation. And we're just trying to, get all the help that we can to make sure that Risker is in the proper care.
Absolutely. And so Risker, now the final stabilization and surgical costs are going to be somewhere between $3,500 to $5,000, and you guys have already spent $1,450. Plus, we're not even talking
Yes,
about
sir.
what it might cost. What kind of equipment Risker may need, for rehabbing and everything. And so
Right.
it's gotten to be very expensive, and this is an unforeseen cost because it's not something you plan for.
Right. Absolutely. And, and honestly, when how my mother explained it, when she was on the phone with the animal hospital on the day of the accident, the costs were estimated were to be roughly around, maybe, I say maybe in the $500 $600 range, just for the actual visitation and doing other types of things like X-rays and, just examining the dog therefore. But as soon as they got into all the specifics of, the different treatments, the different examinations they have to do, plus the X-rays, all of a sudden the price just escalated up to $1,400.
Wow.
And it's a very unfortunate situation, because, honestly, even though $500 $600 is, still kind of at a lot of money to some people's eyes, we were able to actually, we're willing to take that chance to actually get the help that he needs for $500 $600. But when they escalated that cost almost to double that price, we were just in shock. And also, in addition to that, in order to, keep the monitor the dog and keep him overnight, just to see if any other things were wrong, like any other internal damages, anything like that, it was going to be an extra, I believe, maybe $600 $700 a night just to keep him over at the animal hospital. So that's when we just decided, no, we're just going to take him home, and we're going to nurse him and see if we can find the best option for us to actually, bring Risker back to his old self.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can only imagine. And so what Risker has done also, he's worked his magic with Justin. He's helped Justin with his self-esteem. Also, I think that I read here that he's improved Justin's anxiety, and how
Yes.
hard it can be for a child with autism spectrum disorder to make friends. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, my brother, he was diagnosed with autism at roughly 4 years old. It's something that our family the immediate family has been dealing with for a while. And every day is a journey. Everything is new. We're learning new stuff about, the autism every day. So every day is a lesson to us. Well, we have been actively trying to keep Justin engaged in different activities. Like he loves to cook. He loves to play video games. And most importantly, he loves his family, and Riska is a part of our family. And so when the news broke out that Riska was actually, hurt, it definitely took a toll on him. And in the brief times that we did have Riska for the past couple of months, you can definitely start to see my brother starting to become, more happier. He wants to engage with folks more. He wants to, have conversations. He even has a cell phone now where he tries to call some of his friends from school. He's, taking those different chances and taking those risks that he never has done before in the earlier parts of his life. So it's a very surprising thing to see, and it's also a blessing, especially when the doctor said that he was going to be nonverbal. He wasn't going to be able to speak or talk or make any friends like that. But granted, in his 17 years of life, he has definitely proved the doubters wrong. And I really believe that Riska was a huge part in that regard.
Wonderful. And so now, how can we get involved? How can we help with this process of getting Riska back to normal?
Yeah, absolutely. So recently, I started a GoFundMe a couple of days ago. It's called Riska Needs Emergency Surgery. You can find it on GoFundMe. You can type it in the search bar. It'll come up. And we're not asking for a lot. We're not asking you to, break the bank or empty out your bank accounts. Whatever you are willing to donate or what you are able to donate, our family would greatly appreciate it. Just anything that you can offer to help us, with this process of, getting Riska back into our home, back into our lives, and stuff like that. Anything that you are willing to donate, that we will be more than grateful.
And I do have it. I am sharing my screen so everyone can see it. I have up here Riska Needs Emergency Surgery. They've made so far $1,900 has been raised towards Riska's emergency surgery. There's 18 donors. I became a donor this morning. So anybody watching the show, if you want to match me now, I threw down 25. Come on, throw your 25 down. He's also a Kappa. I would let everybody know. So if anybody Greek is watching, hey man, support your brother.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Support your brother now. AKAs, Kappas, they take care of each other. Support your brother. He's on here today. And Riska needs some pretty expensive surgery for his elbow. And you see Riska there with the little green bandage on. I bet you Riska is like a dynamo, isn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you, this is the most active dog that I've ever seen in my life. Now we have a lot of dogs in our area. We've grown around. I've grown up with a couple of dogs. My neighbor has dogs over there, and all of them are pretty much just, very, very relaxed. They know where their home is. If they see you, they'll allow you to pet you, but they won't do anything extensive as far as, just running around, jumping on top of you and stuff like that. They will usually just go one place and come right back. But Riska, he's just, like you said, a dynamo. He will, no matter who you are, if you live in the house, if you don't live in the house, he's going to treat you like, you are family, like you've known him for years. So that's the one thing that we really like about him. And he just brings so much joy to our life that is, it's very vital for him to, to be back to his normal self, because yeah, he's been a great puppy for us and for my brother as well.
Awesome. Guys, you can go to GoFundMe and you can put in Riska, because that's what I did this morning. And you put in Riska and it's going to pull it up. You can also go to https GoFundMe 856 B315D. That's https, and I have it on the screen flashing. / GoFundMe /856B 315D. It's easier just to go and put in GoFundMe and Risker, and it'll come right up, guys. For those of you that are watching, and we've got to do our endeavor best to do what we can do to help Risker. There's already been some very, very awesome people here that have donated. $1,900 has been donated, and so we're talking about between 3,500 to 5,000, you know,
Yes, sir.
and so guys, we can definitely get it done. If you have a dog, or if you had a dog and your dog's no longer with you, donate in the name of your dog. They give you a spot when you donate that you can say who you're donating, or the reason you're donating. You can donate in the name of your dearly departed pet, one of your favorite pet, or whoever was your favorite pet. I had a dog named Hunter, and Hunter used to like to eat Doritos. So, he used to eat Doritos with me. So, I had an accomplice, when I was eating Doritos. So yeah, Hunter was a good old dog. So I'm a
Hey,
dog person, man. I grew up with dogs all my life. And so when I saw this about Risker, I said I wanted to do whatever I could do to reach out, especially for your mom and dad, great people out there in the Cross, South Carolina area, the Haneys.
yeah,
Yeah,
big city.
big city, the big city across South Carolina. Matter of fact, y'all guys
Yes,
got
sir.
my friend Barry Dingle. Barry Dingle's out there across South Carolina. My eating buddy. We used to eat a lot of fish sandwiches at Black's Fish Camp. You got my brother Willis out there. The Sanders, the great artist, is from there. My main man Herm
Sir.
Sanders. Yeah, I'll be calling names all day now. I'll go 311. Make me go 311. I'll say Jasper Ravenel. If you make me go to Big Woods, I have to talk about the Hall family. Talk
Oh,
about
man.
yeah, man. Talk about the Hall family. I ate a lot of macaroni back on that dirt road. So yeah, brother Pop Hall, and only thing, the father, Mr. Pop Hall, is my good friend. He's a Philadelphia Eagle fan, so I can't do nothing for him. That's my buddy though. But yeah, I love Cross, South Carolina, and the Bennetts. Benjamin Bennett, one of the best bass players in that very talented Bennett family, out there in
Yes,
Cross, South Carolina. So definitely, absolutely, we must do our endeavor best to help Risker, guys. And so you see it here flashing on the screen. Go to GoFundMe, pull up Risker, and give Risker something, man. Ain't nobody told you to break the bank. Do what you can do. But all of us doing it together collectively can definitely make a miracle happen for Risker, and we can make Risker have a better life, and is also affecting the Haney family as well as affecting Justin, who is Risker's best friend. So let's do what we can do to help Risker out. He's a good boy. And so, Brother Jonathan, do you have anything that you like to say in parting?
yeah. I would just like to say to everybody within the live right now, just thank you for all of your support and all of your donations. Just thank you for assessing the situation at hand. Bringing light to the situation, and showing love to like me, my brother, and my mother, and my father. The rest of the Haney family. We definitely send you warm regards to you and yours, and we just like to thank you from the bottom of our heart. And also, I'd just like to thank you as well for bringing me on the show today, giving me this opportunity to, tell my story, tell my brother's story, and tell the story of, the great Risker, and allowing us to, reach more people to see if we can get some more help. So I really thank you as well.
Jonathan, it's been my pleasure, my friend. Let's hear it for Mr. Jonathan Brown. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And let's hear it for all of you that are donating and that are going to donate. You can go on my page, and that's the Counselor's Corner. on one page, and you can see I'll have it up there. It's up there already. The GoFundMe for Risker. It's on my regular page, Cornell Johnson. On Facebook, Cornell Tony Johnson. You can give to Risker. If you don't want to go there, you can just go to GoFundMe and put Risker in, Risker, and it'll come up. And go ahead and donate to Risker. Let's make this happen, guys. All right? All right, Jonathan, thank you for coming. Shouts out to the Haney family. Shouts out to the great Cross, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Cross. I expect a lot of people from Cross to rally around now and do something for Risker. So yeah, I expect people from Cross. So I'm calling out all the Crossonites, if that's a word. All the Crossonites. I'm calling you out.
Oh, that's a new one. That's a new one. That's to the dictionary.
Or I guess I should say Crostonians. How about that? That sounds better, right? The Crostonians.
Oh, that's good. We can add both of them.
And we can add both up to the dictionary. All right. We call out all the Crostonians. And so, Jonathan, you have a wonderful day. To all of you in the viewing audience, have a wonderful day, and we will see you guys next time.